This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in as we get set for the discussion that is the Edmonton Oilers' age and foot speed and all that. Is obviously it's been a hot topic throughout training camp, throughout the offseason, and throughout the regular season so far. The Oilers now sitting at 2-3 on the NHL season, so we like to see that. Things have improved. Obviously, unable to tend to last night's affairs, beating Nashville on my end, but that's fine and dandy as the Oilers took care of business themselves. And it seems to be some sick trick, some sick joke that the Oilers have this tendency every game I am unable to watch, they show up and win. Hey, we'll take it. We needed a win. We got it. We're good there. No complaining. But as we get obviously into this season, the biggest thing I think we're going to hear from everybody is the Oilers are too old, they're too slow. And really, I'm already tired of that narrative before it even really truly begins from an Edmonton Oilers standpoint. Because here's the thing, 2 years ago, everybody was saying the Oilers have no depth, they have no veterans, they have no experience, they're going to get nowhere. And all of a sudden, in 2 years' time, you get guys from across the NHL who have had not storied careers, but great careers of their own, wanting to come to Edmonton, wanting to be part of why you win. And you give up on two guys that went and screwed you in RFA free agency by signing ludicrous contracts realistically for Oilers standards. Not saying for themselves in Holloway and Broberg. I'm saying just by Oilers standards is you had two guys go and showboat the money instead of showboating the cup at the end of this year. So that's their choice. And the Oilers chose, hey, you know what? We got guys who want to be here. We got guys who want to win a cup here, and we're going to dang well do it with them instead of these guys that don't want to go to St. Louis instead. Well, you know what? Yeah, those guys are a bit older, but I think already I'm really sick of the narrative that they're too old and they're too slow. Because you look at who's stepped up here through the first 5 games. Connor McDavid was really non-existent for most of the games so far. I know Nashville was a bit better of an exception. And Leon Draisaitl in the first 5 games of an NHL season ended up being benched. So without the guys like Corey Perry, without the guys like Troy Stetcher, without the guys on the bottom lines like Janmark, Brown, Henrique, right? Derek Ryan would have had a goal if somebody wasn't offside. Again, right? These guys are showing up and they're showing out in a cup season for the Edmonton Oilers. And somehow, some way, the narrative is they're all too old and slow to do anything. And they've been leading the way for the Oilers. Corey Perry is the best player on the team in plus minus. You've got obviously as well, like I said, you've got Connor Brown and Adam Henrique just being dangerous out there altogether. The best quote of the year so far. Brownie just needed some Rico in his life. Like I'm just um so just done with that narrative. And it's silly, right? It's very silly that every time we have some kind of narrative around the Oilers, 2 years later it's flipped and the naysayers are still saying, well, they can't do it because this now. They can't. And the Oilers, I'm sorry, have been to the Western Conference Finals, second round, Stanley Cup Finals. As if this is as close as it ever gets, this is still something to celebrate for the Edmonton Oilers at the end of the day. Like we might not look back at it fondly 2 years from now, but 5, 10 years from now, 100%. But the nice part is for the Oilers, obviously here as well, is we've got some great guys who want to be here, and that's something we got to celebrate. I don't care if they're a little bit older or if they had previous contracts with previous teams. They chose Edmonton. And friends, as one Oilers fan to another who's been doing this a dang long time, it is unheard of territory over my 20 years as an Oilers fan sitting here watching players choose Edmonton. So that's something that, again, I don't care how old they are. I don't care their foot speed. I don't care if they hit or not. Just show up every single night to compete, show up every single night to win. And if you want to be here, we're going to love you. And that's really the message I want to send out there early on in the season. I know I've been critical of the Oilers. You can call me a hypocrite all you want. Winning changes everything is the easy line to use on that. But at the same rate, too, for the Oilers is, hey, you go out there, compete for us, and do your best, and really go out there and dial up the needle every single game for us Oilers fans, whether it be on home ice or whether it be on the road, so as we don't have a painful watching experience on TV. We are going to absolutely love the heck out of you. So as I'm saying, I'm already tired and sick and tired of the old and slow narrative. It's time to get behind this Edmonton Oilers team as a team that over the past 2 games, we've seen what they're truly capable of. They can fight. They've got the experience to win from behind. And obviously, as well, they're a team that is made up of guys who chose Edmonton. So, end of the day, let's see where that goes. But, friends, thanks for being aboard. Just wanted to talk about that tonight. And of course, everybody in the chat, great to see you along for the ride. I'll see if I can scroll through that there again. Simon, Peter, Magic, welcome back in. Thanks for joining along for another season. If I haven't had a chance to welcome you in the official regular season, I know we've talked in the preseason, but it is what it is. So, thanks for being aboard, friends. Have yourself a great night. We will catch you in the next one.